Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everyone. Jeff C. here. It is October the 6th, and I've got something I wanted to talk about this for a little while, actually, and I think it's pretty important, especially in light of a lot of the things that have been going on through the alternative media, which is a term that I guess I'm going to use loosely here because if you think alternative media, that encompasses a whole lot of different sources, including what I'm going to be looking at here are particular YouTube channels that might be guilty of dealing fear porn. Or perhaps there's more to it than meets the eye. But what am I talking about in particular is this Fema Region 3. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this. People have been sending me stuff. There's been a lot of YouTube channels posting information on Region 3. There's been a lot of fear that a major catastrophe is going to happen in that region. Just to be sure, Region 3 of FEMA is Washington, D.C., Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia, right here. I think I got those all right. Yes, they're District of Columbia, Delaware. So this is off the FEMA website itself. And so that's a very dense area, extremely dense, lots of people. So if there's something major that is going to happen in this region, then a lot of people would be affected by it, presumably. One of the reasons why people, like what happens often with these stories is that they kind of feed themselves. Somebody says one thing, somebody else does another thing, and then you put them together, and then they start to fit like a puzzle that makes you think that something terrible is going to happen in that region. What I'm referring to is Janet Napolitano, who, when she stepped down, she made the comments that there is going to be a natural disaster of unprecedented calamity or whatever, something just out of this world that somehow the United States is going to have to deal with. And then, of course, a lot of people jumped on it and thought that or presumed that she's referring to Region 3 and some of these doom reports that are coming out. Now, the big video, I would say, that really kicked this thing off, now there's probably some beforehand, is from Rev. Michelle Hopkins. Not sure if you heard about her. She has this video that's gone viral, over 650,000 views, and she released this on August the 17th, claiming that a senator had information with regards to all this activity going on in Region 3, and that something major is going to happen. I'll play a little bit about this. Just before I do, I want to make sure that, well, I'll deal with that after. I don't want the person who put up this video to come after me for taking it down, because this is educational purposes only. So let's take a little bit a look at this video, and then I'll come back and chat about it a bit. Here she goes.
I have received a possible emergency FEMA Region 3 alert. FEMA Region 3 consists of Washington, D.C., Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. This alert was sent to us by Senator Sheldon R. Songstadt, retired, of South Dakota State. Well, here's what the Senator's National Preparedness Research turned up. FEMA purchase orders for over $14.2 million for MREs and heater meals to be delivered to Region 3 by October 1st. FEMA purchase orders for 2 million pouches of emergency water to be delivered to FEMA Region 3 by October 1st. FEMA purchase orders for $13.6 million for MREs and heater meals to be delivered to Austin by October 1st. 9-week training course for UN peacekeepers in CONUS to learn urban warfare. They're learning urban warfare, and they need to learn English and U.S. weapons systems. We're having foreign soldiers learn our U.S. weapons systems. This has been going on since the 4th week of July for 386,000 troops to be completed by October 1st. $11 million in antibiotics to be delivered to FEMA Region 3 by October 1st, ordered by the CDC. The World Health Organization held their second emergency meeting in its history. The second meeting in its entire history to discuss MERS coronavirus. Determined the vaccine must be in place by October 1st. 2,800 MRAPs must be delivered to DHS by October 1st. No leave will be allowed for U.S. military from September 28th through November 5th. NORCOM yearly training for civil unrest is to be suspended until September 27th to be performed in northeast coastal areas.
Okay, I'm not going to play the whole video. There's a whole lot of claims here that they're gearing up for something serious to happen. That FEMA is ordering these massive supplies, heater meals, doctors, what do you call them? Suits. Just all these, medical supplies, the whole scrubs is the name I was looking for. All these things, which if you were to put it all together would probably freak you out and think that something major is going to happen. Of course, you can add, as I said, Napolitano there, who gave her eerie speech earlier this summer in which she warned of a major catastrophe that's going to happen. She makes reference here, Reverend Michelle, I don't know if she's a real reverend or what, Rev Michelle Hopkins makes reference to the MERS virus, and that could be something that is in the cards perhaps. Probably heard about this YouTuber before, Jason A. He puts up a lot of videos that tend to go viral on Doom, lots of Doom. Let's take a little bit look at his video, which is dated from September 30th. So this is a very recent video. Again, I'm putting this thing up because just to be clear, YouTube is targeting my channel, and I have right now I'm limited to 15-minute videos, so I have to keep an eye on the clock here. Let's play a little bit about this.
And also on the Facebook page, it's all there already. And that's Say What News. But that's not important. Let's talk about what's really important.
This shit crazy right here. Look at this shit. All these army trucks, man. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What they doing, man? What they doing? Something gonna happen? They setting up for something? What the fuck is going on? This shit stretch all the way up. What the fuck is going on, man?
Alright, I think you get the picture. What the fuck is going on, right? Yeah, I would be a bit freaked out if I was driving around my neighborhood and saw a shitload of trucks moving, or trucks, military vehicles But then again, you have the world's largest army. Maybe they're just doing some drills. They're moving stuff from one base to another. Who knows, right? What I wanted to address were some of the major things here. This is off Activist Post. These are some of the claims of the FEMA Region 3 alert. 15,000 Russians in Baltimore by October the 1st, 82% of combat forces and their supply elements out of CONUS by October the 1st. FEMA purchase orders over 14.2 million for MREs and heater meals, 22 million pouches of emergency water, 13.6 million for well, I already said that. 9-week training course for UN peacekeepers to learn urban warfare, English, and U.S. weapons systems beginning 4th week of July for 386,000 troops. Antibiotics, 11 million. There's a lot of things that I'll try to put a link for this below. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And so people have been compiling this information and putting the fear into a lot of people, which I think is a mistake. I mean, it's important to talk about these things. Here's one here. Do you prepare for cosmic impact? Some people think it's related to ISIN. Looking here on the Activist Post, they speculate on what some of these possible scenarios could be if there was some sort of major catastrophe. A military attack on the eastern seaboard, Red Dawn, if you will, tribulation, the return of Nibiru, our second sun, aliens, a dwarf star, 7 planets, monster meteor, the Illuminati, of course, the possibility of a plague is also one of the things that they mention. Most of these, of course, are tongue-in-cheek. Probably going to be nothing, right? It probably is going to be nothing, because if we go back and we look at all the fantastic sort of claims that many conspiracy sites and YouTube pages have made over the years, well, there'd be no end to all the hoaxes that people have perpetrated as being the next big thing that's going to screw it up. Of course, there always is something, and we know that most major events are orchestrated, whether we're talking about 9/11 or even Pearl Harbor. These events often are known well in advance, or planned and conceived and carried out. So I don't blame people for getting worried about this kind of stuff. We've been inundated with false flag after false flag, again and again and again. And so the fact that people see false flags around every corner, you can't really blame them, considering they seem to happen every other day, if not every day. We just had another one recently with the shooting, the so-called shooting that happened at the Capitol Hill there, where the woman in the car. Some people have said there's 2 people in the car. All this misinformation was coming out through the mainstream media about what happened, that she went through a barricade. Anyways, I'm not going to jump into all that. Fact is, I am limited to 15 minutes. It really, really, really sucks. YouTube and Google are definitely trying to shut down many of our pages. It's a concentrated attack, and I'm a victim of it recently. It's not the first time. In fact, it's happened time and time again. Most times I fight it, I'm successful. This time has been not the case. So I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to come back with part 2, dealing with Comet ISIN and a lot of the misinformation that is out there that a lot of people are taking for fact. Be wary. There's a lot of misinformation out there. So please join in to part 2.